invest in real estate when every bank keeps telling you no, no, no? Look, I get it. You have got the money for a down payment. You have got good credit. You have found a property that makes sense. But then the bank wants 2 years of tax returns, 3 months of bank statements, pay stubs, a letter explaining every deposit over $1,000. And after all that paperwork, they still might say no. Here is what nobody tells you. Real estate investors aren't getting turned down because they are not credit worthy. They are getting turned down because traditional banks don't know how to qualify investment property. I'm Ellie, the DSCR Pro. I have helped thousands of investors just like you buy rental properties, even when every other lender say no. And today I'm going to show you exactly how to invest in real estate in 2026, step by step, including the one financing secret that solves 99% of the problems traditional banks create. In this video, I am going to break down the real math behind how rental properties build wealth, not the Instagram version, the actual numbers, how much money you actually need to get started, and it is less than you think, the 5 beginners mistakes that cost investors thousands. I have seen every single one, and the loan that lets you qualify based on property's income instead of your tax return. And if you stay until the end, I will tell you about Atanda, a nurse who worked for 25 years and is now on her 4th investment property using the exact strategy I am about to share. Let's get it.
Let's go!
Section 1, the real math behind real estate wealth. Before we talk about how to actually buy your first property, you need to understand why this works. Because if you don't understand the math, you will either overpay for properties or get scared off by people saying real estate is too risky. Let me break it down with real numbers. Let's say you have $50,000 saved. You could put that in stock market and hope for a 10% return. After 30 years with compound interest rate, you would have about $872,000. That's solid. But here is what happens with real estate. That same $50,000 becomes a 10% down payment on a $500,000 rental property. Now, it is not your $50,000 growing at 4% a year from appreciation. It is the entire $500,000 property growing. That is leverage working for you. At the same time, your tenant is paying your mortgage every month. They are building your equity for you. And 30 years from now, you own that property free and clear. At 4% annual appreciation, that $500,000 property is now worth over $1.6 million. But here is the part most people don't talk about. You don't have to wait 30 years to see the benefit. Every month you are collecting rent, you are building equity, and you're getting tax deductions that can offset your other income. The key is cash flow. If your rent covers your mortgage, taxes, insurance, and leaves money left over, that is positive cash flow. That is money in your pocket every single month while your property appreciates. Section 2, how much money you actually need. Now, let's talk about the financial barrier to entry, because this is where a lot of people get stuck. For investment property, most lenders want 15 to 20% down. That sounds like a lot. And on a $500,000 property, we're talking about $75,000 to $100,000 plus closing costs. Although, here's a tip. We can often negotiate seller's concession into the deal, where the sellers cover some or all of your closing costs. That can save you thousands of dollars right out of the gate. But here is what I tell my clients. You don't need to start with a $500,000 property. There are plenty of market where you can find solid rental properties for $250,000 to $350,000 at 10 to 15% down. You're looking at $25,000 to $52,000 to get started. That's achievable. And here is a secret that changed the game for investors. With DSCR loans, some programs go as low as 10% down. That is because the loan qualifies based on the property's rental income, not your personal income. The lender cares about whether the rent covers the mortgage, not how much you make at your day job. I just helped Michael close on his first investment property here in the Bronx. Let me read you exactly what he wrote. Best investment lender in the Bronx. They helped me and explained all the process from A to Z. Thanks Ellie and all his team. Michael is not a millionaire. He's a regular guy who saved his down payment and found a property that made sense. And now he's a real estate investor. The point is, don't let people tell you that you need $150,000 to get started. You need enough for a down payment, closing costs, and remember, with seller's concession, we can often reduce those closing costs significantly, plus the 3-6 months of reserves. And the right financing makes all the difference. Section 3, the 5 mistakes that cost investors thousands. All right, now I am going to save you from the mistakes I have seen destroy deals and cost investors thousands of dollars. I have been in this business for over 25 years. I have seen every mistake possible. Mistake number 1, the most obvious one, paying full price because you got excited. This is the biggest one. You find a property, you get excited about being an investor, and you pay asking price because you don't want to lose it. Listen to me. Your money is made at the buy. If you buy a $500,000 property for $500,000, your math is going to be tight. But if you negotiate and get that same property for $450,000, you have got already $50,000 in built-in equity from day one. Your cash-on-cash return just jumped significantly. The market right now, it is tough to find deals, but they are out there. You need patience. Don't let emotions drive your purchase. Mistake number 2, buying cash flow negative properties. This one kills. People buy properties where the rent doesn't cover the expenses. They think appreciation will bail them out. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. But what happens when you have a vacancy, what happens when the water heater breaks, you are pulling money from your pocket every month to keep this investment alive. Here's my rule. If the numbers don't work on day 1, don't buy it. There are always other problems. Mistake number 3, underestimate rehab costs. It just needs a little work. Famous last words. When you are starting out, avoid properties that need major renovation. I am talking new roofs, HVAC systems, foundation works. This can run 15 to 75, even 100,000, and they always cost more than you expect. Cosmetic work, new paint, new carpet, updated fixtures, that's fine. You can budget for that. But if an inspector tells you the roof has 2 years left, either negotiate a price reduction or walk away. Mistake number 4, keeping tenants greedy. A bad tenant will destroy your investment. Late rent, damage to the property, eviction costs. I have seen it all. Always run a credit check. Always run a background check. Always verify income and rental history. Yes, it costs money and takes time, but one bad tenant can cost you $15,000 or more in lost rent, repairs, and legal fees. Mistake number 5, using the wrong financing. This is the one nobody talks about, and it is the one I see kill deals all the time. Here is what happened. An investor goes to the regular bank. The bank says, sure, we do investment property loans. The investor provides 2 years of tax returns, but here's the problem. Like most real estate investors, they write off everything. Their tax returns show $50,000 in income when they are actually making $150,000. The bank looks at the $50,000, calculates their debt to income ratio and says, sorry, you don't qualify. Or worse, the bank approves them, then starts moving the goal post, asks for more documentation, changes the rate at the last minute, asks for bigger down payment right before closing. I hear this all the time from investors. They ask if we could do 23% down instead of 20% at the last minute, or they kept asking for one more document, one more explanation, then canceled my loan on closing. This is why the right financing matters so much, and it is why I want to tell you about the loan product that changed everything for real estate. DSCR loan secret. All right, here is the game changer that most investors don't know about, or if they have heard of it, nobody explained it to them properly. DSCR stands for debt service coverage ratio. It sounds complicated, but here is what it means in plain English. The loan qualifies based on whether the property's rent covers the mortgage payment. That's it. No tax returns, no down W-2s, no pay stubs, no letter explaining why you deposited $5,000 last March. None of that. The calculation is simple. Take your monthly rent divided by your total monthly payment. If it is 1 or higher, the rent covers the payment. Most lenders want to see 1.1 to 1.25. So let's say a property rents for $4,000 a month. Your payment including mortgage, taxes, and insurance is $3,200. That is a 1.25% DSCR. You are good. This is why I helped Franklin close on his property. He came to me after spending 5 months with another lender who kept asking for more documents, kept changing requirements. He was about to lose his deal. We got him approved and closed in less than 30 days using a DSCR loan. Franklin said, after months of back and forth with another bank that left me in a very complicated situation, Tanya and Ellie came to the rescue. They were incredible efficient. That is the difference. DSCR loans solve 99% of the problems traditional. Section 5, the step-by-step process. All right, let me walk you through the actual steps to buy your first rental property. This is the roadmap. Step 1, get your finances ready. Save your down payment. For DSCR loans, you're typically looking at 10 to 25% down depending on your credit and the property. Build app reserves 3 to 6 months of payment. Check your credit. You need at least a 660 for most DSCR programs. Above 700 gets you better rates. Step number 2, talk to a lender before you shop for properties. This is critical. Before you start looking at properties, talk to a lender who specializes in investment properties. Get pre-qualified so you know exactly what you can afford. At DSCR Pro, we can give you a pre-qualification in 24 to 48 hours. We will tell you your purchase price, range, expected rate, and exactly what documentation we need. No surprises later. Step number 3, find the right property. Work with a realtor who understands investment properties. Look for properties where the rent will cover your expenses with rooms to spare. Run the numbers before you fall in love with a property. Focus on areas with strong rental demand, good schools, low crime, job growth. And when you are starting out, avoid major renovation projects. Step number 4, make an offer and get inspection. When you find the right property, make an offer below asking price. Negotiate. Remember, your money is made at the buy. And there is another pro tip. Negotiate for seller's concession. We can offer and structure the deal where the seller pays up to 6% of your closing costs. On a $500,000 property, that is up to $30,000 the seller is covering for you. That keeps more cash in your pocket for reserves or your next deal. Always get an inspection. It is a few $100s that can save you tens of thousands. If the inspection reveals major issues, negotiate or walk away. Step 5, close and collect rent. Once your offer is accepted and your loan is approved, you close. Sign the paperwork, get the keys, and you're officially a real estate investor. At DSCR Pro, we can typically close in about 2 to 4 weeks, not 45 to 60 days like traditional banks. 2 weeks. That speed can be the difference between winning and losing a deal. Section 6, Atanda's story. Remember I mentioned Atanda at the beginning? Let me tell you his story because it shows exactly what is possible. Atanda is a nurse. He worked for 25 years. He didn't come from money. He didn't have a finance degree. He just knew he wanted to build something for his future. He's now on his 3rd investment property with us and he's working on his 4th. Here is what he said. If they tell you they can close, they have always delivered. After 25 years working as a nurse, finally now I'm feeling like I'm building wealth. That is what this is all about. It is not about getting rich quick. It is about building real wealth, one property at a time, with financing that actually works for investors. So here is what you should do right now. If you're still saving, keep going. Every dollar you save gets you closer to that down payment. If you have got your down payment ready, stop waiting. The best time to buy was yesterday. The second best time is now. If a bank has turned you down, or if you are self-employed and worried about qualifying, call me. Text or call 718-300-3503. At DSCR Pro, we will give you a straight answer in 24 to 48 hours. Whether you qualify, what rate you can expect, and exactly how fast we can close. We will show you how to structure seller's concession to reduce your out-of-pocket cost. No endless documentation requests, no moving goalposts, no surprises on closing day. Just fast, simple financing that is designed for real estate investors. If you found this helpful, smash that like button and subscribe. I put out new videos every week showing how to build wealth through real estate without the game's traditional bank play. I'm Alan, the DSCR Pro. I will see you in the next one. Before you buy your next property, watch Real Estate LLC Structure. It breaks down how to set up the right entity so you avoid approval issues, extra conditions, and expensive cleanup later. Click the next video now.